Jay Hiff, Stretford, Paddock. Manchester United 1, Wolves 0. Nil. That's Stephen Howson, like you don't know already. I'm a bit giddy. Are you?
Not that giddy. But
come on.
Not completely not either.
Good. I'll settle for that.
What, we're 15 games in? 14, 15?
What did you say was the limit when we can start talking about?
25.
21. 25 games?
25.
All right, then. We won't talk about 21 yet because you've given a limit of 25 games, even though I think we can do. That wasn't a very good game of football, but we got 3 points. Discuss.
Correct. Back to you. No, it wasn't.
Was it, mate?
People forget there's two teams in a game of football very often. Takes two to tango, all that sort of stuff.
Very true.
Cliches, words, and I am starting to think that there's an effect of the fans, or no fans, at Old Trafford being a thing.
I've been saying this, mate. I think, you look at that.
And even if it's 1% and 2%, it might actually be enough to just push us up over the edge a little bit, because I think that there's been so many bit flat, bit underwhelming performances where you go, what? I don't quite really put my finger on how that's going off. But it was a solid performance. You know, Wolves just sat back, parked everything, and tried to hit us on the counter. That was them Portuguese managers trying to do things like that. Keep it tight and try and hit you on the counter. And it almost paid off for them a couple of times. The problem is, people think that's, it's fairly straightforward to do that. It's easier to be the team that sits back. That's why people like to do it when you go to a big club and you can park the bus, because it's actually quite effective and it's quite straightforward. I won't say easy, but it's straightforward set of instructions to follow. It's always harder to be the ones that are the aggressor, the ones that are forcing things to happen. I thought United I thought Bruno and Rashford looked tired. I thought both of them just looked a little bit under par today. Final ball on both of them, albeit Bruno did get an assist with an unbelievable final ball. I thought the final ball on both of them, by and large, was pretty ordinary. And both of them looked like they need a bit of a rest to me. But it was a pretty solid performance. United was in control, never really ruffled too much. It was just a little bland, if anything.
We've seen it away from home where we come back from behind. I know we didn't against Leicester, but we had 6 results, whatever. We come back from behind. We've seen it tonight against Wolves where we keep going to the 93rd minute. What's that down to, Steve? What is that? Do you think it's belief? Do you think it's tactics? What do you put that down to? Because we seem to have this extra bit to us that's getting us some of these results that perhaps 6 months, a year ago, whatever, we wouldn't have been getting. You're
right, and I don't know if you can just go, it's because X. I don't know if it works like that. And people are going to want to... Well, do you know what? I would have said people are going to want to just say it's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing. He was a guy known for that as a player. He's put that into the players. I don't know if you can necessarily say that as a factual thing. But he does understand what it was like to be a Sir Alex Ferguson Manchester United player. And there's certain traits that I'm sure carried over from what he was told to what he's saying. You can't tell me that, Solskjaer was said by Sir Alex Ferguson to be a proper student of the game, which is why when he came on as a sub, he'd already identified 3-4 things. Like his analysis of the game, he said as a player was good, that he could see things. And I wonder if he's seeing things as a manager, because I'm not hearing people talking about his ability to change things in the games and his ability to find a way to win when it's maybe not going right. Well, if you're not drawn the correlation between what Sir Alex Ferguson said he was like as a player and now what you're seeing with your own eyes happening with Manchester United on the pitch, he's making substitutions that ultimately go and lead to stuff. Now he's actually got subs that are worth a wank to put on. He's having us keep going. There's going to be little lines, little anecdotes, little theories that he heard from Sir Alex Ferguson without a shadow of a doubt. Joe, that we don't lose games, we just run out of time. That whole mentality. And he'll know some of that, if you say it enough, becomes true. Like I'm going to go way off topic here, but bear with me.
Why not?
In Navy SEAL training.
Didn't see this one coming.
They have a hell week.
Right.
And the instructors tell you, I haven't done it, so obviously, but I've read a lot about it. And they say, you're tired by Wednesday. Wednesday, you're going to be empty. You've been awake since Monday night or Sunday night. By Wednesday, you're fucking dead. And a couple of people go, I got to Wednesday, and I was like, oh. And then I went, actually, I'm not that tired. But they said because you'd been told you're tired,
Yeah.
I kind of felt tired for a minute until I was like, actually I feel fine, to be fair. And I wonder if there's just something in that psychological trick of we keep going till the end. This is Manchester United. That's what we do. Well, actually, you're just the same as that team, and that team, and that team, and that team. But if you just have that, like the Scousers with that, this means more thing. No, it doesn't. It means exactly the fucking same. But if you repeat a line enough, it becomes a mantra, it becomes a philosophy, it becomes a belief of your club. And I wonder, is that a little psychological trick from United? We don't fucking give up. We always score. Manchester, can we score? We always score. Maybe there's something in that. Maybe there's something in Solskjaer himself being, let's be honest, largely famous for scoring a last-minute winner. Is there something in that where he goes, my team never gives up. My team always will get a goal. This is what we're about. You hear that 55 times in a couple of months, you might start believing it.
You might. I know all about Hell Week because I've seen G.I. Jane with Demi Moore. You mentioned Marcus, you mentioned Bruno, you mentioned their performances. We don't need to go into that. Who stood out for you for Manchester United today as in having a good performance? Someone that impressed you with just their game tonight?
No one.
No one? I mean, I'll be honest, on the watch long, we looked at Matic, thought he played well, thought Bailly did well. Maguire was getting an honourable mention. We've seen it online, some people praising Luke Shaw. I've even seen a nod to David De Gea. I'm not going to go into that if you don't. Was there anyone where you thought, do you know what? It might not be an 8 out of 10, but at least give you a solid 7.
I thought Pogba was a 7.
Yeah.
And I had a go at a couple of people at half time because they were saying, get Fred on. And you're like, well, why?
Yeah.
What in this match are you seeing where you go, let's get Pogba off and get Fred on? Because if you'd have said to me, here's why, Steve, because actually we're getting overrun in midfield. I think the legs of Matic and Pogba is probably not quite enough, and I think if you had a little bit of extra legs in there, that would stop that, mean a little bit of gap in behind, and then blah, blah, blah. And I'd have gone, cool, not necessarily agree, but at least you've got some reasons that you've given me. We just were like, for me, I'm looking at it, I'm going, final ball's not quite there, maybe take a little bit more risk. Well, all right, putting Fred on is a risk, but not the sort of risk I think we need to be taking right now. I didn't understand. I didn't think there was any change. If you said, Pogba's not working, he's holding on to it a bit slow, let's get Van der Beek on, he'll move it forward a little bit quicker, I'd have gone, all right, I'm with you on that.
Right, okay.
But I thought everyone was just all right, and that maybe was the difference. Lacked a little bit of risk, a little bit of courage, a little bit of guile, a little bit of sparkle. Just a bit flat, wasn't it? And I think that goes back to do we need fans?
I'm with you on the fans thing, and I think these are the sort of games, the 0-0s where it's 0-0, where that crowd gives you that little bit of a lift, and it's a
last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Old Trafford,
that's what I was saying.
We can go fucking second. Come on,
let's have it. Just finally, looking forward. I mean, the games, we've still got games to come. We don't know what's going to happen. It looks like the City game's going to be postponed, but obviously we've got who's our next game. It's Villa. You mentioned Marcus. Just want to end on this. Marcus and Bruno looking a little bit tired. Can we afford to rest them? Do you think we need to rest them, or do you think that where do you stand on that?
You've got Donny van der Beek. Like, he ain't Bruno.
Nope.
But he ain't bad.
No one's Bruno, are they? Let's face facts.
No, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, decent.
So I would say it's finding that right game.
Yeah.
He might have got 20 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
If we'd have been ahead 2-0 going into the last half hour, maybe. At 0-0, you imagine he takes Bruno off with 20 minutes to go.
No.
Okay, now it might be down there himself shouting at him.
It's the point with Marcus as well. Like I was saying this during the watch long, is that even if Marcus is having a stinker, which tonight he did have a bit of a stinker, let's not kid ourselves, he pops up, doesn't he? And a deflected goal in the 93rd minute.
Hella techers to play it off the defender coming in there.
He knew.
Genius. Saw that out the corner of his eye. We'll play it off him.
Yeah. He's just got man of the match. Don't think so. Watch this. Yeah, it was mint.
Enjoy that champagne.
Do you think Villa then could be looking forward, could be the game to give one or both of them a rest?
I think it could be a mistake to do if you do. I think Villa are in unbelievable form at the moment. They look sensational. They look confident, dare I say. And a confident team's always a threat to you. So maybe not against Villa. But then when you're in a title race, 3 points is vital every week. So at what point do you choose? And I'm not saying we are.
I almost got him then. He saw the glint in my eye. You clocked me, didn't you? You clocked me.
But every game's vital. It doesn't matter if you get 3 points. All right, if you get 3 points against Liverpool, it might mean more.
I get where you're coming from, yeah.
But 3 points just matters. So I don't think you could afford to take your foot off the gas in any game. But I do think you have to find a way. Maybe Europa League week. fuck them off to Barbados or something. I don't know if you can even do that. Is that legal? Probably not legal, is it?
Don't know. We can find a way anyway
Sale
to give them a
Water
rest. Sale Water Park. Tell you what, Sale Water Park in winter. It's who needs Andorra? It's absolutely beautiful. He's not talking about 21, although he did hint at a title race. Sort of. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay Motti. This has been Stretford Paddock. Manchester United 1, Wolves 0.
And this is our bar.
This is our bar. Lots of rum, and there's going to be a Pepsi Max.
We're not even
cherry
getting a pan. You're not even going to pan for the people.
Do you know what I mean? Come on, you Skamoon. There you go. Hey.
We built our own bar.
We've only got 47 varieties of rum apparently, so we need to sort that out. So make sure, if you're not doing so already, check out the members section. We know we're doing the 12 days of Paddock where you can win loads of stuff, culminating in a PlayStation 5, which the kids tell me is pretty decent, I think. It's like, you know,
it's a bear ass and
it's like a Mega Drive for the modern generation. And if you're not subscribing, sort your heads out and subscribe. Thanks for watching.